Hey everyone, I'm Shane Stephenson, curator here at the Buffalo Naval Park, and I'm standing in our Admiral's quarters on USS Little Rock. Today, we are going to be bringing some of our treasures in the collection to you because you can't come on board and look at them. Today I'm going to be highlighting some of our cruise books. All right, in our collections, we have cruise books from at least 25 different vessels or battalions or squadrons. All right, cruise books were produced on board the ship during a particular deployment or a particular year. And you should think of them kind of like high school yearbooks or a college yearbook. They document what the ship did and what the people did on board during that particular, again, cruise or deployment. So I'm going to be highlighting different conflicts since World War II of different cruise books. These were one-off publications. They were produced for the ship, and that's kind of about it. They're very hard to come by because they were given to the sailors, or the sailors purchased them, and then they only did a run of one. Right? They only did a run. They didn't have multiple printings. They just did one run, given to the sailors if they purchased one, and that was it. So they are kind of one-off publications, and they become, as time goes on, they become increasingly rare to find. All right, so let's take a look again. I've broken them down into World War II, Korean, and the Vietnam conflict. So let's take a closer look at some of them. So from World War II, we're first showing, this is the USS Arkansas, all right, battleship. Now, a lot of the pictures in the cruise books are organic. They're just members of the crew, officers, just doing what they do on the ship. So this is a really nice photograph, and it says down below, it's mail call, so everyone's pretty excited to get letters from their honeys or their mothers. And then up above, we have a nice shot of the crew standing on the deck. Again, this is from the USS Arkansas, 1944. Next to that, we have a reprint. So as I was just mentioning that these were one-off publications, recently this year we had a gentleman come on board who served World War II on the USS Topeka, or a Cleveland-class cruiser. And this was a reprint that his family had done of his original cruise book. So now you'll see, also with organic photos of the crew, you'll have group shots. Right? So this is from 1945, and it's a group shot of A Division and B Division. All right? So they would break out sailors based on their rate and what the job duties they would do on board. Next to that, we have the USS Hornet. All right, so now we're looking at, again, more organic photos. Certainly during World War II, a lot of takeoffs and landings, and you see that they documented a particular bad incident on the flight deck. Above that, we have the 5th Special Naval Construction Battalion under the Seabees, if you're familiar with that, the Seabees. And so they produced their own cruise book or yearbook documenting their work during World War II. And next to that, we have the Venerable USS Cleveland, first in her class. Again, we have it to A and B divisions, just similar to the USS Topeka, but here they list the individual crew member names. So when people are researching yearbooks, researchers, family members, next of kin can get a really nice feel for what life was like aboard one of these vessels. Right, we'll head over to our Korean conflict yearbooks now, and cruise books. All right, we do have the USS Miller. All right, she is a kin of USS the Sullivans, which is docked here at the Buffalo Naval Park. And they shared not only one life together, they shared 2 lives together. So this is the cruise book, The World Cruise, from the Korean conflict. She's DD 535. Our USS Sullivan is DD 537. In World War II, they served part of Desron 52, which is short for Destroyer Squadron 52. And again, they met up together during the Korean conflict and served in Desron, or Destroyer Squadron 20. So they served two different conflicts together, and they will always be tied with each other. Here is our cruise book from the USS The Sullivans, also from the Korean conflict, the World Cruise. You can see the different covers. But again, they're from 1952, 1953. So not only did they stop and shell the Korean peninsula, they also toured the rest of the world. So you'll see again different photographs. For the Sullivans, we have a group shot of the Gunnery Division, 2nd Division, part of the Gunnery Department, and the individual names of the sailors. All right, let's head over to the Vietnam conflict now. Oh, most of us will recognize this writing. This is indicative of the 1960s, and you can tell this is the USS Repose, which was a hospital ship. So she served as a hospital ship in the Vietnam conflict from 1965 through 1969-1970. So this highlights, for at least for these 2 years, and documents the good work that she did, saving the lives of sailors and Army, Marines, and infantry guys. Next is the Vietnam era cruise book from the USS Yorktown. Again, had a long life, but this shows, again, from the supply division, ship store, some organic photographs, and also group photographs of people who work in that division, with their names. Next to that, we have the USS Coral Sea. Again, quite a venerable vessel, but this is her Vietnam era deployment. Again, we've turned to a page that shows you, gives you a lot of different information, shows the crew with their names. So as a next of kin member, you can come on board if your family served during on these ships and years, and you can see what life was like aboard and maybe get a shot of your family member in their younger days. And we also have a bunch of cruise books from our 3 vessels that are stationed here at the Buffalo Naval Park. This is a 1970 USS Little Rock. We've got some boxing going on. We've got some Talos missile firings. We got some guys just getting some R&R on the deck. And we also have a 1963 Tiger of the Med USS Croaker. So they might not be listed individually, but it shows each department. And again, it gives you a lot of nice information about their travels, cities they visited, and you can really, as a researcher, as a family member, gather a lot of information. All right, so that's a little bit about our cruise books. As I said, we have at least 25 different vessels and their cruise books attached. This is a great way to do research. And we'd like you to subscribe to our page, our YouTube page, and if you'd like to make a donation to us, so we can keep telling the stories of these veterans, visit our website at www.buffalonavalpark.org and click on the donate button. I want to thank you for your time today, and I hope you enjoy these videos and come on back for more. Thank you very much.